All right, so you can see that I went ahead and there's something, it's bothering me, all this in here, because it looks similar to, as much as I love my swirls and everything, it looks too similar to some of the other ones that I've done. So what I did was I went in with a purple glaze and I just went over the whole painting with purple because there was no purple in my visioning, and it sort of changes my mental flow to have a different color that has nothing to do with anything all over the whole surface. It just changes the thought processes. So what I'm going to do now, I like her face. It's very round and sweet. And I'm going to go and I'm going to try and find what she actually looks like in here, because I don't have any idea. And I tried too much to control it, and it's really bothering me because I don't like to do that. I feel almost as though this needs to come out here, because she still wants to be horizontal. She still wants to have that space. She feels like she needs to take up some room, which is great. I think that's lovely. She should. But I need to figure out what exactly that means for how she wants to be positioned. She still wants to have this spiral. She still is coming off of there. This feels like it goes out. Almost. Not too sure what that's going to be, but that's what that feels like. She has a lot of movement, like in the way I encountered her in my vision, she feels like she has a lot of movement going on. But I think the way she was, it just felt too similar to some other things that I've done. So it didn't feel like she was having her own voice. And with your sumptuous self, that's quite important. So if you feel as though you've created a line drawing that doesn't feel quite right somehow, like you're being true, it doesn't feel like you're being true to what she might feel like, then you can always go in and change your lines. It's just a matter of darkening your background. Like I said, so I find that using a color that I haven't seen in my visioning is helpful. And then to go in and pick out what you like from what you did, if anything. It doesn't have to be anything that you actually liked. And just bring in what feels better. For me, it's very much a matter of finding what really feels juicy and good for me. It's just a movement that I feel like she wants and she needs. It felt a little bit too contained for her. I think she feels like there's more going on with her than just a contained pattern and spirals. So that's what I'm trying to find now, is what it is exactly that was bothering me. And then even those lines afterwards, they'll be incorporated, because you'll go over with the subsequent layers, and they'll be incorporated with the new image, and they may even come back, some of them, who knows. But this will give you something else to focus on while you're working so that it's not super distracting what was already there. Get you huff and huffy. Because your eye will always focus on the more defined image, the thing that pops forward more. So once you darken your background and then come in with a different color, usually something lighter than your background, something that shows up. I'm just using white just so I can really see what I'm doing. Then it will change it enough and you'll be able to find what exactly it was that you wanted to have and keep and enjoy. So you never have to worry about having to keep something. If you don't like it, it can go back, it can come forward again, it can go back again. And I'm still liking whatever that is over there, so I'm keeping it. I don't know why. So, that feels better to me. That feels more... She really wanted to have that spiral because I feel like she's going to have a sight thing happening here. Because for me, a lot of the joy that I have, that I experience is, you know, being outside and seeing beautiful things and birds and trees, the colors that and patterns that the sun makes through the leaves, things like that. So a lot of seeing is quite a bit of my sumptuousness. And the grumpy puppy, he's also part of it. Because even though he's grumpy, he's still wonderful. Still have no idea what that's doing. But she feels more flowy. Okay, I just wanted to show you that you can change. So I shall return.